Welcome to Slab Podcast, episode 66, where the grades matter, there are no rules. How you doing, Professor Oak?
What is up? How's it going? We have a lot to talk about this week. How's your week been?
Really good. I gotta tell you, it's another softball win. We're on a streak.
Beautiful.
We're on a streak. It's like 5 in a row. So,
Is it a league?
Yeah, it's in a league. Yep. So team's going really well. But besides that, hobby's been fun. Been consistent on our podcast uploads, which seems to be every Thursday now for uploads. Probably do a live here soon. We'll see. But how about you, man? How's your week?
I'll tell you what made my week good.
Grading
PWCC coming back. Oh. There's some random stuff in this one.
I see the stuff you post inside of the Discord, and it's always random.
Oh yeah, I need to make a video. So that's always a highlight when you get something delivered, right? There's a box at the front door, there's a box at the PO box. It always feels good. So definitely a highlight. My baby turned 6 this week, so that's been fun too. And to get to celebrate her, feels like just a minute ago she was born. It just flashes by. It goes so fast. So lots of family stuff been going on, and good. Everything's been good. Very good.
What was your
highlight? I really enjoyed. Very good question, because I got woke up and they came and joined me in bed, sat with me. I was like having a lazy morning kind of thing, with waking up. My wife made me a cup of tea, my favorite thing in the world ever, and the girls watched Pokemon with me, and we watched the new Scarlet and Violet. It's called, what's it called? Destinies or something. I forgot what it was called now, but we watched 5 episodes, and I was like, this is actually pretty solid. It's a little bit almost slower in parts, but then really fast in other parts than some of the older stuff. But it's fun. I've been enjoying it. So it was nice watching old Pokemon with some of the newer Pokemon, and just the dynamic of different characters and people and stuff. So different. It's completely different, but it really is fun. So that was a real highlight, watching Pokemon with the kids, and then having a cup of tea. I mean, it's just the simple stuff in life. That was really nice. And then we did a bunch of stuff. Went to the pool, and I grilled us a bunch of different wings, different flavored wings and stuff. And it was good. What did you get up to?
Father's Day was my daughter's birthday. So It was the double banger. And so I woke up they woke me up. Literally, I was sleeping. With eggs, sausage, and orange juice. So that was a dub. That was what I wanted for Father's Day, just breakfast in bed, and I got it. So I was over the moon. Hung out. My dad, their grandpa, ended up showing up around noon. Hung out, and then we went and saw a movie, Inside Out 2.
Was it good?
Really good. I enjoyed it. It was good.
The first one was brilliant.
Yeah, I need that movie, but rated R. Give me adult Inside Out. Oh my god,
Sausage Party style.
Oh yeah, I have never seen that, but yeah, I saw the commercials of it.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I need that.
It's a brilliant movie. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
It would be good, but no, it was really good. It was good weekend, good time seeing family. So I'm excited to get into this though. We got a bunch, like you said, we got a bunch of different stuff. We got some winners. We got another contest we're doing. Appreciate all the people in it that have been participating. So want to go into next week's last week's spicy comment winner is Felipe de Sosa. And
you're gonna have to. I can't say this.
He won. This was the winner. Even Mason said he watches all podcasts on 1.75x, and he said this one he turned it down to 0.75 just to listen to your voice. I'm like, damn, bro, it's like that.
I'm
And
gonna try and get a sore throat more often for you guys.
yeah, apparently just suck a
Try my
cactus
best.
before you get on here. You'll be all right.
Yeah,
Um,
glad you said cactus, but yeah.
Jesus. Felipe De Sosa said, Oak's new cool voice is fire. And you were coming like out of a sore throat, right? So
And there it's gone.
it's gone.
Like twisted.
RIP.
I had a very, I don't know what's the word, like hoarse, raspy. Like I don't even know what kind of sore throat it was, but yeah, I had a very whatever that was last week for a few days. And I can still feel it, but you can't hear it anymore. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but thank you, Phil. You're a diamond. It was a twist, a little bit of facial hair, a little bit of a little raspiness. Yeah, change things up.
Yeah, no, it's good. So Phil, you do get a magnet if you want it. Shoot either of us a DM. We're actually going to do the next 3 people in line are also going to win a magnet. We will get to those in a minute. But before that, let's do next week's spicy comment. And this time, the winner is going to get a Slab Podcast hat. So you are going to get a hat, Slab Podcast, if you are the most liked spicy comment. So
That's a
really send it this time, please.
That's a $50 hat. Like seriously, that's real deal. So get involved, guys.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm looking forward to giving it to the winner. So if you would like to announce your spicy comment for next week, we can't win it, but we can win morally, like or just in our brains. We like winning.
I already won one.
Yeah, you did.
I'm scared to wear it. It's so fancy. I don't want it to get like dirty or get like stained by the sun. I get all my hats are sun faded here because we're so close to the equator. The UV is so strong, and they're all like bleached. They go like a bleached color in the sun. It's crazy. So special occasions. That's what we're gonna do. I want to display it.
Yep.
I love it.
Looks good. But do you got your spicy comment? Or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Investing or buying modern sports cards is much quicker net loss than buying modern Pokemon cards. Much better investment for buying Pokemon. Modern.
It's pretty spicy. Okay, so we got Himino and Arita and Sugimori and Saito and all the rest of it. Sao is the best illustrator. I don't care what anyone says. She's the best. She's amazing.
Interesting. So leave your spicy comments down below. The most liked upvoted, go upvote one, please. You need to cast your vote. Don't just cop out and be a bitch. Go down there and hit the like button on some of those freaking comments. That would be great. Now, runners up for the magnets. If you would like it, please send us a message. You have earned it. Son of a Merc also was excited about your voice. He said, "Did we get Imposter Oak?"
I chuckle. I did chuckle at that one too. Phil got me chuckling, and some of it make me laugh too, because very very smart pun that it did there. But
that was pretty good.
Guess,
well, that was well done.
I guess we kind of did.
Tasteful. That was tasteful.
Kind of did. Yeah, I like it. That was smart. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, tasteful. That's a good phrase for it. Very good. Very good. Descriptive word for it there. Like it. Yeah.
Let's take the next one.
We had Ditto Faction too. Again, brilliant commenter, always present. PCT. Oh, this gonna happen. PTCG Pocket, which I don't think I realized it was called that. I thought it was called Pokemon Pocket for some reason. But PTCG Pocket will bring about the next big boom in the hobby. I
What do
I
you
got
think?
some stuff to I got some stuff to say on that, because when I watched that release on YouTube, that was the thing that stood out probably the most. That was the thing where I was like, okay, so we're like kind of making this a little easier, and you can open packs and do all the fun stuff with it. I feel like that appeals to a lot of different ages too. That's not, and it's free as far as I could tell. Like I didn't see anything about having to buy stuff. You get like one pack a day for free or whatever it was, or
We'll
every
be able to
24
buy
hours.
probably.
And that's the thing. I think it's like a win-win, because you're going to be able to interact and use it and play with it, but you're also going to be able to actually really do something. And like there'll probably be some kind of competitive aspect to
Oh yeah.
it, games, leagues, whatever it is, competitions. So like I think it can appeal to a lot of different people, and I guess the hobby is the part that I'm getting stuck on. I don't know how much it's going to affect cards, because I still feel like the card market's pretty hot, right? Like I don't feel like it's cooled off anywhere near as much as I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
after that
No,
after the hype.
it's cooking.
So I think Pokemon in general is gonna help bring probably more new people in, maybe some younger people, maybe some other people with the ease of access. It's literally in their pocket on a cell phone, which everybody has, from a young age now. Every age kind of has that. So it's, yeah, I can see it. I think I'm just stuck on the hobby part of what technically that means. But what's your take on that one?
So do you agree that it will, or you disagree?
I I don't think it's gonna boom the
Gotcha.
card collecting hobby. But I think there's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of new users, a lot of like interactivity with it. I feel like it's going to be hyped up and it's going to be a big thing. I guess what could change it is if they did if they do what they should have done with Pokemon Go, and do a set like close to when it was released,
Yeah.
instead of doing it years after. Like if there was a Scarlet and Violet Pocket set, and it had all those little gimmicks or whatever that's in that game, or if there was some combination that could draw people and connect it in some way.
Yeah.
But like there was with Go, there was a bit of a boom back in 2016, but small, like card wise. It wasn't the biggest boom. Evolutions, they printed it to the moon, and like no one was really buying it back then. You could get it
Yeah.
anywhere pretty cheap. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks awesome, but like, what are you thinking?
I think Ditto is way off. I do not think it will get anywhere near a boom for this game. To compare it to Pokemon Go is absurd. What Pokemon Go did, it broke like a freaking fourth wall. Got people
Very unique.
outside.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
literally extremely unique. Getting people to literally walk and drive. People were hitting Pokestops while driving. Like it was insane. Like driving through by these parks and just seas of people just standing outside, like
Never seen anything like it.
so strange. This
Yeah.
Because this is all TCG, it is like a simplified, faster version of it,
Yeah.
similar to what Yu-Gi-Oh did. It'll be an awesome game for the people that play it, or that are like maybe like us that are like don't have a lot of time, but sure, I'll throw 20 minutes and check it out, and maybe just spend another 20 minutes next Saturday. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll log in every morning while I'm taking a dump and just get my free pack. Who knows? It could be something like that. We'll see. But it'll be, because it is TCG like primary, it's not going to hit the broad market like Pokemon Go did. Pokemon Go got grandparents outside, like playing with their grandchildren. It was just insane.
Can I add a twist?
Yeah.
What if it started as TCG and it became connected somehow with NFT online ownership of digital cards in some
I
way?
I think if they throw the word NFT in there, it will tank it. I think NFTs got such a negative connotation out to them. It's like dirty in my eyes. Like crypto, okay. NFT, shut the fuck up. Like,
I think there's a lot to talk about speculation wise on are they trying to dip their toe into something there, but you're right though, like it is the game.
yeah.
It's hard to compare, against like Pokemon Go and stuff because it's nothing unique really. It's just a different simplified version, like you say. Good points.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It looks dope. Please don't throw the word NFT in there, Pokemon, for the love of God. But yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Next one.
Did they give a date for it? I forget.
I just looked it up. It said 2024. So
I don't remember it saying a date in the video. Yeah.
So probably holiday.
Yeah.
But I feel like they would have said that. But so maybe sooner. Because I feel like that's like the go-to thing when you're releasing a new game. Holiday season 2024, 2025. But they just said 2024.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. We'll see.
Yeah. Professor Birch, number 4. So we had Professor Birch, Ditto Faction, Son of a Merc, and Phil De Sosa. If you could send us a message, we will get the magnets shipped to you. And please leave another spicy comment for the next week to win the hat. He said, if you listen to podcasts while working, you're not really working, or you're doing a half-assed job at whatever you're working on. I
love it.
Yeah. So me working from home a lot of the times, I spent a lot of time on spreadsheets the last 2 weeks, so I had a lot of content going in the background. It really depends what I'm listening to. It really does. Like if I was listening to this, it wouldn't like when they're live, it's tough for me sometimes. A lot of the times during the workday though, I don't have time to notice people are live, but if I do notice somebody's live, that's what eats me more is just the engagement in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do a pretty damn good job putting a podcast on in the background. Been listening to a lot of George Janko's podcasts. Those are really good. Besides that, all the Pokemon ones I've been listening to, literally probably most of them that exist. Just because I do have so much, like while I'm sitting here working, I'm listening to something. So that's 8 hours a day. That's a lot of possible time to listen to a podcast and stuff. So yeah. What about you?
Mine just changed a little bit. Like it's been ebbs and flows, I think, the past couple of years. Like I remember a couple of years back, I remember Pokeflips scheduling a live, and it was during the day, and I was like, damn it, I'm like working, I'm gonna be stuck in all this stuff. I swear to God, I'm not trying to kiss you guys' ass right now, Dan and Nick, but I came in that morning, like work from home, but I logged in and I busted my ass, and I got so much work done, and I was done early, and then I just listened to the podcast and interacted, and I just like floated around and like responded to stuff and just tried to like do stuff that didn't require brain work because it was very brain intensive work at that time. It was data analysis, and I just got everything done so I could listen and watch and interact, and I love being in the chat. So I do love listening to podcasts even while working, but at the moment it's almost the exact polar opposite. Like I've tried, and I'm doing a very different role now, and it's just far too intense. There's far too many meetings and conversations and legal documents and policies and things. It's just way too like heavy to be able to like listen to stuff in the background. So I pretty much sit in silence for the whole day while I'm doing that, and except for meetings and stuff. So for me, if I was listening to a podcast right now, I would be doing a half-ass job, but I'm not. And then when I was listening to podcasts at work, I also kind of wasn't doing a half-ass job because I made sure like I got my work done. So I'm making myself sound like a goody two shoes. But I think there's ways to do that smartly, I guess is what I'm saying. Like be smart about it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, for sure. You could definitely though, like you said, like you can get caught up in it. Like when I'm studying, I can't hear things. Like
No.
I cannot have
Mhm.
anything like that. I don't know
No.
why it's different. Like it's not because I'm working. I'm not trying to really retain something. But if I'm trying to retain information and data and like equations, like it's got to be no music, no nothing, lockdown.
Yeah, which is weird because I feel the same, but I'm also doing 7 things at once. When I am multitasking about stuff, but for some reason, as soon as you add something to the ear, sound wise,
Yeah.
it throws all those things that I'm multitasking off. Even though I can juggle a bunch of different things, like the auditory aspect, throws it
Yep.
all off.
Yeah. It literally like when I'm studying, I'll be reading something. I'll read the whole paragraph. I'll be like, I need to read that again. Like, what did I literally didn't retain a single thing because I had like a thing of music playing in the background. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to
It's
listen.
weird.
I tried to listen. I think it was Poké Flips again actually last week, I paused it. It was maybe last week or the week before. I paused it because I was like, I can't do both these things right now. So I concentrated on that, and then I was like, I'm gonna save that in my watch later, and then I finished it at the weekend when I had time. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, same thing. I just can't. Like, there's too much going in. There's not enough bandwidth to be able to do it. But you know what's funny with this comment is, fellow professor, I think you're deflecting what you're doing, what you're doing with stuff. So behave. You be careful. Teeter in that line.
What happened to your watch later?
You tell me.
Just
What?
poof.
You know what didn't poof, which is hilarious. It actually kind of made me laugh. Is I had I don't know if you remember Swami's video of like it's titled like the collector's guide to collecting or whatever it is. It was like a spoof video they did. That's the only one that saved. All of them were gone apart from that. So I'm like, did Swami hack like but but yeah, that's the only one that's on there. Literally, the whole thing's gone. So I had to go back. I got a bunch back, not the ones from like 2-3 years ago that I'd saved that I watched, but actually I had them saved in my watch later, like to reference back to and stuff. Because there was a lot of those, especially some of the like Jake and Catch More Collectibles, like some of those kind of videos from back in the day. But
Jesus.
oh my god, yeah, there was over 100 in there, like ones that meant something to me and were important, and there was like quite a few from the past few weeks that I'm behind on. Friends, you guys that listen pretty much. Your guys' videos and just gone, just vanished. Yeah, I just logged in. I went to my watch later and it's empty. But I can't. I mean, I checked. There's a way on Google where you can check if there's like sign-ons. There's like it's almost like a log, like an audit log, and there was nothing weird on it. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, but yeah, vanished. So I went to the subscription page and I just scrolled through and added a bunch back in from the past few weeks. Took me a while, but yeah, we got there. Weird, right?
Very strange. Yeah, I didn't have that problem. So
I don't know. It only me, like literally nobody responded, so it must have only been me. That's
yeah.
what made me think maybe it's my account had an issue, but
Yeah. Weird.
nothing.
Very weird. A couple quick updates. Tag grading. I do have my cards finally back en route to my house. My Zapdos and my CGC 9 base unlimited set. Those were all cracked and sent there. So I'm looking forward to seeing these, getting them back. Question for you, because it was a CGC 7.5 and then it was a tag 10, what grade would you be like, okay, I respect that from tag?
I think you asked me last week what I would think it will be.
Yep.
I think I was on it. I think a 7.
And if it comes back a 9, is it still like this
I think
company?
I think it's confusing.
Yeah.
I just don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
The 10 for me was outlandish. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty wild for sure. So hopefully this time next week that'll all already be revealed on my channel. So hopefully I'll definitely be talking about it next week. So stay tuned for that.
Are you going to record physically opening them and showing them, going through them?
Yep. And I did a recording before I sent them showing the intentional damage I did on a couple of cards to see if they catch it. So
I don't remember how many he sent though. I didn't count.
I sent 2 damaged cards with different types of damage on them, and then my 16 base hollows, and then 2 other cards as a favor for somebody else.
You didn't record that though, right?
I didn't upload anything.
Upload it, I mean. Yeah.
I recorded it, didn't upload it. Correct.
Yeah. I was gonna say you didn't. That's why I don't remember it, because you didn't upload it.
Okay. I didn't want to spill the sauce because they were watching my videos. So
you're gonna combo it in the same video.
Yep. It'll be good. You'll get some closure in the same video, which will be good.
That's going to be a lunch break one for me. Like that's not a watch later. That's like, okay, now's my lunch for sure.
Oh yeah. So last week I had mentioned, I'm going to share my screen here for those of you who want to check in. Buying a jumbo card. So basically in Yu-Gi-Oh, when you win tournaments, you can win these jumbo cards. And the one in the middle was the one I really wanted. It's my favorite card, and it's literally as tall as this dude. Look how tall that effing card is.
So cool.
Like this dude is at least 6'3".
You know what I really want is the banner behind them. That's what I have.
That's pretty dope too.
I love that.
That's pretty dope. It's huge.
Massive.
So what I could not find this gentleman on Facebook or anything.
No.
Found this guy. I found him on Facebook. Sent him a DM like right before our episode last week.
And they don't know each other, right?
Huh?
They don't know each other.
No.
They're not like friends or anything. No. Okay.
This gentleman had actually offered to buy this card from him, but he wasn't selling. So I doubt he would sell now. But I offered this guy. I found him, sent him a message. I said, "Hey, you selling?" He's like, if I sell, I only want to sell it with this one that he also won." So I'm like, all right. So I was like, I didn't really want to. So I had originally offered him $1,000 for this. And again, this thing is
wow.
It is bigger than a playmat that you have for Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's like cardstock type stuff. Very cool. And he's got them both framed. I offered $1,000 for this one. And then I said the other one's not as cool for me, so I offered $1,500 for both, and he accepted. So I'm getting both of them, but I'm going to probably be just flipping this one into the market. And I already told him that, but he just wanted to move them both at the same time. So shout out to this gentleman. Not going to share his name, his details, but dude's a beast.
That's awesome.
He keeps getting second place though. But because you get the smaller version when you get second place. But very cool. I was excited to get that locked down. I'm looking forward to getting that already framed. It'll go right up on the wall. Awesome. Very sick.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
My first prize card. It's my first ever prize card.
That's a big deal. And it's
pretty cool.
It's a pretty unique one. Like that's pretty special. That card. That's not just a regular card that a bunch of other people got. That's both of them are pretty unique. It seems like display pieces.
I have both of those cards in my deck.
Oh, so you know what they are too.
Yeah.
Underline and stuff.
Yeah, the one's my favorite card. I got but yeah, the other one is it's a really popular card. I just don't care nearly as much about it.
And that's why they chose them, I guess. Because people know what they are. They're like popular
for
ones,
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have literally never seen either of them before in my life.
Really?
Never. No, but they look cool.
No, they're awesome for sure. So yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully should be all done and should be shipping. He's out of town shipping them this weekend. So
love
it. Stay tuned. Want to talk about this eBay challenge you started off last week?
Yeah. I tried to pull like a screenshot. Something's going on my keyboard, my mouse or something. Maybe I could do it on my phone and send it to you. But I sold a golf club that was pulled out of a dumpster for $30. It's a pretty old, crappy one. It's pretty beat up, and some guy bought it for $30. It'd been on there for a little while, and he sold it. So I felt pretty good about that. I spent like $10 on shipping, and there was like a bunch of eBay fees and stuff. I think I ended up making like $12 or $13 or something profit from a free golf club.
That's cool. Wasn't the point of the challenge to sell something really strange or the weirdest thing you could sell? That was right. That was it, right?
Thanks for the call out there.
That's pretty good. That's okay. It's a golf club. I feel like those sell like effing crazy.
I had a hard time. I made this challenge and then I had a really hard time for like following through with it. So apologies.
My first thought when this started, like the day after, I'm like, man, what is some dark ass shit I could sell? And I was like, man, I'm just going to sell some of these dirty ass underwear on the ground. And I'm glad I didn't list that because that is against the terms of service on eBay selling used underwear. So I'm glad it makes sense big time. But I almost listed them. Somebody would have bought them bitches, probably Dan. But I'm going to show you what I ended up selling. And it was kind of somebody had shared it on Instagram. And they don't even follow me. They shared it on Instagram and they were like, "Oh no." Was their caption to it.
Like you got famous. You got like viral from it.
I didn't get viral, but I stirred the pot and people were not happy that this was for sale.
Okay, so you got famous. Is what you're saying.
And
if it's
sold,
people not subscribed to you or talking about you online, like you're famous.
Yep. It sold and I shipped it today. And take a look. Can you guess? It's a hobby.
Oh, it is relevant to hobby. Okay.
It was the gentleman name that put me on blast was 100 Charizards on Instagram. He's got, I don't know, a couple thousand subscribers. He posted that he's like, "Oh boy," or
That's
"Oh no."
surprising. A CGC card that's been slabbed but altered.
Worse. So I sold a cracked out first edition Charizard slab with the label.
Yeah, you win. That's hilarious.
No card included.
You sold literally a slab.
I sold a cracked slab with the label included. And people were not happy.
God, that's hilarious.
They're like, who the F is selling this? Like, what do we do? Like, this is what the hobbies come to?
You got eyes because of
the bet. And I figured
it's because of what it is, though, right? Like that is because of what it was. Shall I say that's what it was? Like if that was like a manky, like
I know
slab,
that's
like
the only reason I sold this one because this I knew would be the only one that would get a bid on it.
So smart, so smart,
big brain. But I was excited to get that bitch sold. The dude paid for it. I'm like, so at the same time after he paid for it, I'm like, this dude should go on a list. right? Like the dude's buying it probably for the label to do some shisty stuff. Like, why would you buy this? Why? And like, it literally sold for 99 cents. I started at 99 cents, one bid, and it sold, and I got $4 shipping.
We should get him in.
Bring him in, ask him.
Yeah, we should get him on the podcast.
I'll DM him. I'll be like, so why'd you buy this? Not only did he buy this, it's the first time in a long time somebody messaged me and was like, hey, ship it to this address and not the one on my eBay. I'm like, Jesus Christ, here we go. I did it because I don't really give a fuck. It was only a 99-cent slab, but yeah, sold this cracked slab. This is, and somebody paid money for this.
Fully cracked too. That's not a gentle, like, you could maybe make it work kind of thing. That's for the label, for sure.
It was violent. Yeah.
Everybody watch that certain.
Yeah.
Did you? Hey, you know what's funny about that too is someone told me a couple of years back, if you crack a slab, you're supposed to send PSA your labels, and they like physically send it to them. I was like, really? Like, you're really gonna mail them a label? Like, do people really do that?
That's what makes me wonder. Like, I feel like somebody probably sent this to PSA and was like, hey, deactivate this. I never said I was selling an activated cert, so I just said it's a real label.
Yeah, it's not a real slab. Like, deactivate it, whatever. Like,
yeah,
no biggie.
Exactly. No card in there, deactivated, gone.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist, really.
Yep.
But I would love to know what that gets up to. I'd also love to see his buy-in history from the past few weeks.
I don't think I can see any of that. But yeah, I'd like to take the victory on that one for sure.
Okay. So this week, I might take you on this week. This week might be mine because this is more my forte, I think. So this week, I did terrible selling. You did fantastic selling there, but this week we're gonna do buy-in, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and get. Try not to cough. Sorry.
The best Topanga card.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get the best offer discount possible. Like the biggest, what it was listed for, and an accepted best offer. So we have to buy something. Whoever has the biggest percentage difference, doesn't have to be dollar amount. You know, it could be $5 down to 1 cent. Whatever. We'll do percentage. So makes it a little bit easier, you know, for range or whatever. But the biggest percentage difference, getting it as cheap as possible. We both know how difficult it is to manage best offers and get a reasonable price when they're listed high. I think that's going to be fun. I've got some ideas of just sending out a bunch of offers to like a million things, and then I'm like, what if they all accept?
Exactly. That's my fear. They take 24 hours to respond.
48, whatever. Like, we got to. And I think that's part of why this one's a little spicier, because there is a little bit of we gotta be careful with this, but you have to have you have to have an accepted offer. So we're gonna do buy one. And next week I've got one planned too. It's a fun one.
Come with receipts next time, mother effer.
Yeah. I could show you on my phone, but
you're good. It don't matter because I won. If you had something cooler, I definitely would have wanted proof. But
if I thought I was gonna win, I probably would have just shown my eBay and not even care about his info.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I definitely enjoyed it. I was getting nervous. I was like, man, I don't know what to sell. Then I literally did a 24-hour auction. So it cost me $1 to list it because it was a 24-hour auction. I sold it for $1.
Oh,
and I literally broke even on the shipping. So I literally just broke even, but I won a bet. That's all I
You
give
won.
it. That's all I care about.
I love that you saved it in the slab too, because I always take mine out and throw the slab out, and you saved
So
it with it.
I didn't. So I have my stack of labels, but I have like 3 slabs I've just kept that had really brutal looking cracks for thumbnails if I ever wanted to use it.
You threw it in. I see.
Yeah. That was a brutal looking crack. It would look good for a thumbnail if you ever wanted it.
That's
But
fun.
now it's effing gone. So
While we're on eBay too, before we move away from eBay, I don't know what they did to their shipping prices. I don't know. You guys at home, let me know what you guys' thoughts on this, because I feel like you probably use eBay a lot and shipping services a lot. I have generally been shipping, and this is related to this. So I know it sounds like I'm sidetracking a little bit, but it is related. I generally use pirate ship. In the past, they've always been cheaper, like a decent amount, and it all adds up over a year with how many transactions we do. But I generally use pirate ship, and that golf club that I sold, pirate ship was, I said, like $22, $23, and eBay had it like 10 or 11, which is for the exact same weight, exact same sizes, like exact same service. It was UPS ground. I was very confused on why it was such a big difference and why pirate ship had always been cheaper for me in the past for a lot of stuff. So I guess more of just an FYI. I don't know if you really have much experience with that yourself, if you've played around with it, but I would just say be cautious right now of double checking the cheapest option if you're paying for the same thing. Like, just double check it. Let me know if you guys have or realize or find anything with any of your things. I'm slabs probably maybe a few cents difference, if anything. I can't imagine at that price point it's probably not much different. But if you're shipping maybe something that's a little bit heavier, like a booster box, ETB, something like that, like I would say check it right now, because eBay seems to have some kind of crazy deal. Like, it gave me like a 65% discount. So
yeah, I wonder if it's because you mentioned it was UPS. I wonder if they just have a really sexy UPS deal for large packages.
Pirate Ship sent me an email not too long ago. I remember posting that email in Discord talking about their deal with UPS on how they just reduced rates.
Yeah.
But like you say, eBay has an even sweeter deal where they've reduced rates. I mean, that was because I checked UPS's site too, and it was like 26. So 26 to 10 is, I mean, if you're going to UPS store, you're getting like real fudged. Like, real fudged in the
$45 out the door.
Like, you need to be using eBay, whatever shipping service it's called. Just check it. But I am curious if anyone does have any thoughts on that, because that's the first time I'd seen in a while that eBay was actually cheaper than pirate ship. So yeah, I wanted to call that out too.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the cards I was buying. The guy that I'm buying them from, he's like, "Yeah, we'll do the deal if you buy shipping." I'm like, God damn, if I'm gonna buy these giant things from somebody that never ships something, Jesus Christ, it's gonna be like $140. He doesn't know what he's doing. So I told him to package it and do all of that, and then just give me dimensions and weights, and I'll give him a label. And I'm gonna optimize the cost. So took that in my hands. So it probably, I'm guessing, if it's in a normal size box, it should be maximum $40. So figure you definitely want to do that when you can too. If you're buying a large thing, if somebody wants to work in shipping, you could save more money than probably doing it yourself, because you are pretty good at shipping stuff nowadays. Not envelopes. I hate envelopes. But any bubble mailers and larger, I got it down. So do recommend. So PSA paid out somebody for their F up.
No, they didn't.
Which is crazy. I don't
Did they
know.
really?
Yeah, paid them out. They PSA effed up, misgraded. I'm sorry. Here's your check. Here's your bread. Gave them some money back. Let me show you this.
Like the actual money that they should have got back, or did they mess with them a little bit?
I don't think there was. I don't know the full details. So let me share the screen.
I genuinely think that's the first time I've ever heard of someone getting paid out.
Yeah. So shout out to Pokemon Emperor. They're the PK Emperor now. On Instagram, he had shared this story. Basically, this Lugia PSA 10 first edition from Neo Genesis was purchased for
Looks
the
clean.
whopping price of $22,800 back in December. Yeah, December of 2023. This card is not a good condition card whatsoever. Really old cert, obviously, probably doesn't help it. But as you will see on this next image, the same cert number 1850696. It was
Oh,
re-subbed to PSA. They downgraded it back to the grade it should have been. The PSA guarantee was activated. Usually means they pay out market value. Market value on the PSA website at this time for this was like 50 grand or something. So I doubt they got that. They probably got this amount paid out, the amount it sold for, if I had to guess. But I never thought I'd see the day where PSAs do an actual guarantee payout. Crazy to me.
so
That's
essentially, a couple of years in, got a PSA 8 first ed, or should I say a tag 10 first ed Lugia for free.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's only 200. Well, I don't even know how much that costs, $400. But yeah, it just is a very good thing on PSA to do this. It makes them look really good when they do this. It's all good things. Mad respect for you guys finally doing this, noticing your issues, paying them out. This is awesome. This is the way it's supposed to be for all things collectible. I hope every other company is doing this. I know Beckett does not. Um, yeah. So the guarantee behind collectibles is massive. Do not wane from the big dogs. That's for sure. Very cool to see that. Wild.
That feels really good hearing that. Like I
Yeah.
haven't heard many stories like that for PSA paying out and stuff. Yeah, that sounds brilliant. I love
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
a good shout
Phenomenal.
out. On a side twist, which I thought was super interesting, they are now offering to slab altered cards and designating them as AA with a symbol as um, altered, essentially.
Authentic altered.
Yep. So if it's say a sports card with a white border, I think it mentions like whitening in the description. Essentially, give it like an error code for being altered for different reasons, color cleaning, gum removal, wax removal, that kind of stuff. Slab it and authenticate it, but let people know.
And grade it.
It doesn't say. And that's the question I had. That was the first thing that come out of my head. But if they're putting it in a slab, it's going to have AA, but that it made it seem like that's the error designation, not the grade designation.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they can grade it if it's been
CGP
altered.
does. Those green labels are the altered cards, and they grade them. Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
I
It's
don't know if
weird.
would you rather have, like, if you bought a collection like James E and J Emporium did, you bought a collection and he sent it in to get grading and they slabbed them up and they all have green labels and now they're basically useless. You're better off selling raw and being deceitful for sure. What would you, I mean, would you rather have them slabbed? Or PSA's other option was them sending it back to you saying, "Hey, this is altered. Go kick rocks."
Why was it altered? That's the thing for me. We alternate to try and deceive, like you said, try and deceive, get by someone, make money, pump the grade higher, whatever. Or was it altered because you literally wanted to clean it and it's your childhood card and you want it to look better for your collection? Like, but is all that stuff arbitrary and doesn't even matter anyway? You know, if it's altered, it's altered. You shouldn't get a grade. You shouldn't get a 10. You shouldn't whatever. Like, for me, if I saw an altered card that was graded a 10, I'd want to punch the screen. Like, it cannot be a 10 if it isn't its true self. In my eyes. So can it be a 9? Can it be an 8? Like where do you actually draw that line? Because I'm saying 10, but again, that's arbitrary. Like, there's a very big conversation around that, and I don't feel like people are talking about this enough. That feels like quite a big deal that they're gonna slab altered cards.
Yeah.
Never saw that coming. So yeah, I'm glad we touched on it. Did I miss anything with that? Is there any other thoughts?
No, it's just really weird. I don't know. I like that CDC slabs them because now when you go to sell it, the buyer knows it's altered. PSA previously would just send you the card back and not grade it. They'd be like, "Hey, this is altered. Okay, now you're free to sell it raw."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could still do that, but then you got to crack it out of the case and sell it raw. So, I more respect to the people that are selling their green slabs, and obviously, it's very deceitful to crack them out of the green slabs and sell them raw. So, I don't know. I like the thought of it if people would play nice, but people like money way too much. So,
weird one.
Well, Nat Turner surprised me this evening with what he had shared on Instagram, and I'm going to show you my screen again. Here we go. Mr. Nat Turner himself is going to be at the National. And the way he worded this, I'm hoping it's wrong because it does not look good. He says doing the free look in his air quotes, doing the free look crossover program at the National again this year for higher value cards. If you want to see if a card could cross the PSA, just DM me or find me at the show and happy to look at it. Hit me up here with any questions or if your card is worth trying. It sounds like Nat Turner is going to be looking at my card on the floor, be like, "Oh yeah, it's a PSA 10, bud. Here you go. Here's a sticker. Take that to the thing. That's a 10." That's crazy to me that he could. The way this is worded is exactly that. He says, "Bring him to me. Just DM me or find me at the show, and happy to look at it." What do you think?
For me, it's the DM. Like Nat Turner inviting people to reach out to him and connect with him. Someone that pumps out 1 million cards a month and has an incredibly large customer base, personally asking to get a DM.
Should I DM him? I'm going to DM him this.
Big old Diglett. That's such a pretty card. I love that.
So I noticed right after this, he made another story.
Oh, he did?
That he said, "Okay, I my bad. I messed up. A lot of people have reached out to me."
Yes.
He's like, "Here's the threshold. What do you think the threshold is, price wise?"
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the hell? Why the hell would you say DM me? It just seems so extreme.
It seems weird.
Yeah.
Email, work email, like email me at natturner.psa.com.
Like I could see you or I doing that. I think we would get a reasonable amount of people that we could actually talk to and look at, quite easily.
His shit's just free.
He is just like extreme.
He probably got thousands of Diglets sent to him. He probably got dick pics sent to him.
Dick Van Dykes. I would say threshold for like minimum worth.
Minimum, yes. The cost of the card for this to be worth Nat's time. And he could weed out the Diglets.
100,000 plus.
Only 10K.
That's a lot of Pokemon.
10 grand.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an expensive card. But Nat's DMs are open. If you have a $10,000 card, now's your chance to get in his DMs. Just to ask him if you think it'll meet up with him and see if it'll cross.
You know, this is probably the most troll spicy comment I've ever said on the podcast. But why don't we all just send him the same? Why don't we just pull a picture of a really expensive slab and just or card and just all send him the same picture?
I mean, if you want to get in his DMs, yeah. then you're there for life, right? So
No,
Billy
hell
blocks you.
no. No, I'm good. I'm
So-
messing, but yeah, that's crazy. I just can't imagine like his status saying, "Oh, shoot me a DM, I'll look at your card." Like it just seems so extreme.
Seems like a bad decision.
He must have got so many messages.
That was an oversight.
That's so stressful to me to think of that situation. Oh,
Yeah, you would think with, I don't know, being him on Instagram, the influencer, basically, you could literally pull feedback from your customers because he's in Instagram. Like,
yep.
post the ask me a question, like one of those posts, or give me feedback on this. Like the amount of feedback they could yield from freaking Instagram would be insane, I feel like. But
A huge reach. Yeah.
it's used for such other dumbass effing reasons. That's some
So
of
is
my
that
favorite. Go ahead.
that Instagram said Nat Turner cards, that's his personal one or is like his personal PSA one?
I'm pretty sure that is his only Instagram.
Okay. So he's not posting like picture of like him and his kids and stuff on there.
I don't think so.
Just-
I think it's all hobby.
Okay. Yeah. It's an
I'm
interesting
checking
one.
right now, but yeah. Yeah, there's no kids on here. It's just cards, boxes, PSA graded things, and CGC. There's 3 small children though. No faces. Yeah.
Safe.
No faces. So, we saw some new prototype Pokemon cards for the first time. I've never seen these. So I believe his name was Akbane that shared some prototype test photos. We had talked about it when that happened maybe a year ago. Those were really cool. Those were graded by CGC very early, and those are very cool cards. These are different. These are earlier. This is 1995 cards.
Pre-Pokemon.
Yeah, pre-Pokemon. And the other ones are too, but these are. I'm going to show you another picture. I'm sorry for being a podcast and showing you a bunch of photos, but
It's good.
it's going to happen. So these, I think it's worth it. Like these things are insane. Take a look at this Clefairy. Graded a CGC 10. God knows if it's factory cut or not because they don't do that. It's an alpha prototype. It says mounted on card, so likely it's a piece of paper attached to an actual card.
Mm-hmm.
The way they used to prototype stuff back in the day was actually they would mount these on playing cards, pieces of paper, and use them for play testing. So this is just really sick. Just literally looks like video game 8-bit art. So cool, man.
Unreal. I mean, it's like we just discovered part of building the pyramids.
Yeah.
Like this is the creation of the Pokemon game. Literally the foundation of everything that was built off. It's very hard to fathom that this suddenly came out and existed. Like I don't know if any of you guys have seen this before, but I had never seen this before. This blew my mind.
It's insane. The shout out to, I gotta give him a shout out because I took it from his Instagram, Sean Bassick, because he's the one who shared these. So I'm guessing these are in his possession. So
who had these? Like, was this staff? Do you think that had it must have originated with staff and somehow transferred to like how would you authenticate that? Like CGC must have done a lot of digging to make sure these were real.
I would hope
A,
so.
a lot, and the Japanese.
Yeah, this says a total of 26 alpha prototypes are known to exist, all containing original Pokemon sprite images, eventually turning into the first ever set released, 1996 Bandai Cardass. Now, the Bandai Cardass is an actual, not a trading card game. Those are just cards, like collectible cards. They're not, you can't play the game with them. They don't have attacks and energy requirements and HP. These are prototypes of the TCG. Like these have the HP, the energies, the attacks all outlined, that's the really cool part for me. Similar to the beta Chansey we saw, but these are literally the video game arts on the TCG, which is cool.
How are we this far along and still discovering new stuff?
That's so dope, isn't it? Literally 2024, first time I've seen these. And I can see it right now. Like this Charmeleon in the yellow version and the red version, when you look at the back of the Charmeleon's head, this is that Charmeleon. The blob is like a circle with a little spike on it. This is that Charmeleon all day. Massive. And then the last one. This is from the 1996 Japanese March playtest, apparently.
Unreal.
This one won a few known copies and the file copy with annotations that eventually may have changed the outcome of the popular card we all know and love. No rarity. There's no stars on these yet, still at this stage, which is crazy. This is 1996. Crazy.
Okay, but known copies, a few known, like I don't know what cave I've been in, but I don't know of a few known copies of this.
I'm sure he does.
As a slab, yeah,
he must.
Playing it very casual with that phrase, like it's some public thing. This feels massive to me. This is crazy, and it's such a cool card. It's so unique looking too. You can tell it's probably. I don't know, third, fourth, fifth version. Like this isn't a first version that they just knocked out, with scribble on a sketch pad. Like this has had some computer influence, it definitely had some physical alterations from some of the first steps. I mean, you got Charmeleon up in the top two, the pre-evolution of it. So just brilliant.
I'm noticing they buffed his attack in the final version. It's only 80 on here, and they finalized it at 100 for the fire spin. That's pretty cool.
Well, I guess that's part of the playtesting, right? Is what works, what's too extreme, what isn't enough, what's going to play.
Do you know why they select these certain levels? Why this is on here? Why is it level 76 and every other one's different?
I think I was just associated with the evolution and what moves it has.
I would say not, but because they learn fire spin early, I feel like.
Yeah, 76 is pretty high.
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't think I've ever thought outside of that. I know there's a couple of cards. I want to say I was looking at like a Gyarados or something not too long ago, and the level was lower. Maybe it was, I forget what it was, but I remember looking at a card someone shared online, and the level was lower than its evolved level, than the level it evolves at, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Keeps us on our toes, doesn't it? All those little like Easter egg things, I guess. Yeah, 76 is high.
This person said just a neat thing, and to work with the level X sorta, but the level didn't mean or do anything other than explain
Just for the fun of it, basically.
Thank you. I take it from Bulbapedia that the level 47 is not actually part of the name gameplay wise, like you could have, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's stupid. I don't know. Now I'm curious. There's some lore there. Somebody let me know. There's got to be a reason. Gotta be.
I don't know.
Cool. So cool. Card party. I'm not going to share a photo. But I had shared in our discussions there was like a Pokemon photo with a couple kids, and it was just a reminder to talk about card party, really. And I don't know, man. And we'll talk about your spicy comment now. I'm curious because you had said card party is for
collectors.
Collecticon is for sellers. I don't know. Are you sticking with those guns after card party level 2, or after seeing kind of what happened? Or
I think there's a lot of intentional influencer effort and creator effort for card party. When you go to buy a ticket, it even asks you if you're a creator of content. And I think it creates almost like a false and like it not false, inorganic environment in that sense. Whereas I think with Collecticon, whoever goes because of who they know or selling or buying, or it was like a reason. It's not to do specifically with like content creation and because you're trying to be someone or be seen as someone or something. So I think that's an element to it. But I know that there was a lot of content made about this card party. I saw quite a few posted in Discord, which was interesting, and it was really cool seeing our friends on the other side of the table as sellers. But what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it seems like I saw a bunch of Instagram stories and I saw a bunch of really high-end cards that I've never seen at a Collecticon. Like the amount of high-end stuff there, the amount of vintage packs that probably get ripped I feel like it just because of like the amount of content being created. Collecticon gets some content creation, but it's easier to do probably at Card Party because there's a lot of people collaborating. I feel like some people do a Collecticon when they plan it, schedule it, but this is probably more organic collaboration. Oh, this dude's right here. Hey, come in here. I'm already recording. Like, let's do I'm sure there's a bunch of crazy stuff. And shout out to the Pole Father himself for ripping a freaking baddie while he was there. You saw that video? It's so cool. Go check out his channel.
I saw him post it in the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool. Mad jealous, but I think it's for both. Like I feel like if you're going to sell at Card Party, you're probably chilling. Like you're probably doing as good as Collecticon, I would say, based on what I've been hearing and seeing. It seems like a lot less vendors are going to card parties because it's not as big as Collecticon yet. So I'm sure that'll change. But it also could get saturated really quick. Like if it's these content creators are going there not to make profit. Like they're not going there selling signatures at all. If they are, go fuck yourself. But they should be going to interact with the fans, open packs, do cool stuff with their community, similar to like TwitchCon and stuff like that. You're going to see content creators is kind of like the main sale. So doing it too much will burn those people out very quickly because they're not in it making tons of money, like the people going and doing signatures and stuff like that for money. So I don't think this could turn into a 3, a 4, a 5 things times a year unless they start contracting these people, and then it's just less about the fun and more about the money. Then it just can get dark quick, and it could turn into a fiery death. So I'd like to see him continue with 2 max, and I think that would be healthy for him. But money talks, dude. It'll. Pat Flynn likes effing money. He's an entrepreneur. He's like, oh, I can make 33% more next year if I just do a third show. Guess we're gonna have to do it. Like, let's go. So I could see it turning into Collecticon.
I think it's experience one, which leads us to next year, right? The first one next year is, well, if you guys don't already know, you didn't see the announcement there for the 3-day weekend pre-sale for tickets. It's gonna be in Tampa, which we haven't talked about this yet, but we did talk about doing a Slabbed event, and I'm wondering if we could do Saturday night after card party in Tampa. Do an event. We could do a Saturday night event for everyone that's there, everyone that attends. Still get together, have drinks, have some fun, do some trades, buying, selling, whatever we want to do, show stuff off, record some content. Maybe not.
That sounds freaking awesome. When is it? Do we know? Probably not.
I did. Let me pull it.
Yeah, Tampa sounds, for me, just because it's East Coast, the Pacific Northwest. I love how it's Pacific Northwest. Like, you can't wait until you freaking pick a location, my guy. Like, Jesus Christ, you were that urgent. Like, it sucks for the people that want to go to the Pacific Northwest, but they're like, I don't want to drive 3 states over. I only want to do 1 state over. Like, they're just guessing. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't want to jump too much into what I speculate on that, but I will say I'm just forwarding to the data. It goes 27th to 29th, and the 27th is a Friday. So it looks like it would be June 28th next year. So exactly a year away, essentially. Would be the event. So they're planning way in the future, and then, like you say, they go to the West Coast even further. I think it was October that date, even further in the year. June in a year's time, I think could be good, especially if CollectCon, or hopefully do a little bit earlier next year because it was late this year. I'd like to get to both, but it would be really cool if we could set something up for that Saturday night, for that 28th. Just a thought. Brainstorming.
We got to rent out like a hall, or what are we doing?
Yeah.
Catering some food?
I mean, unless there's something there, like set up kind of already for that we could just join and like claim as our own. But honestly, like, I think it'd be cool to do our own thing.
Could happen. Could see me at my first ever card party. We'll see. Maybe. How much is it? Isn't it expensive?
It's cheap. It was like $70 for like 3 days.
Well, it's not too bad.
For the full pass. Yeah, it was pretty cheap. And it was like $15 for kids or something. It was pretty reasonable. I don't know. That is like the pre-sale, and you can't buy it for 1 day. Like, I would probably just buy the Saturday, but even like, $30 or whatever, like, Lexicon isn't cheap to get in, and then you're spending money. Even $30, like, you get in there, we could all have fun, go buy stuff, and then we could share and show, what we've got that night, and just have a few drinks, some snacks, just have a bit of fun, a little shindig.
Sounds like a riot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said about catering, we could sell tickets for that and use that to just buy the food. We could buy food with the tickets, and we all just go in and just all you can eat kind of thing. You don't even have to go out for dinner first. You spend the whole evening there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so they said Tampa. Do they pick an actual location or is it just the city right now? They don't.
Tampa Convention Center.
How far is that from you?
40 minutes, 45 minutes with no traffic on a Saturday. Probably pretty smooth.
How far from the water?
Pretty close. From the water, you could walk.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, maybe not.
It's on the convention center. It's showing it on a channel. Basically, it's on a channel.
Yeah, you beach wise, it's like in the bay. It's like Tampa Bay.
Yep.
So it's there, but I'm trying to think.
Long drive to Clearwater, probably 45, 50 minutes.
It's fairly southwest from there. Depending on traffic's the biggest factor. But regardless, like there's plenty of places to stay and eat and do things. Like location wise, much better than Orlando. Much better. There's a lot of pretty stuff to see and do in Tampa.
God, Orlando sucks.
Yeah, like we have like the family like package thing for the aquarium in Tampa. We go to there a lot, and to the zoo. We have like the family package for that and stuff. Go see the animals for the kids. There's a lot in Tampa. There's a lot of people. Hopefully, we'll make a week of it for you guys that want to make a vacation of it next summer. June's fucking brutal. It's hot and gross, but there's a lot of indoor stuff to do, so you can have fun. But yeah, that's a cool one to get on the radar for everyone for sure. I was immensely shocked when I saw it was Tampa and it was so close to me. That makes life fantastic. Like I love the idea of setting something up for that. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It would suck just for like I obviously would like to bring coolers or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, get drinks. Cool. Yeah, we'll figure out something. It depends on the location, if we can find something. Honestly, like might even be better like just getting a really big Airbnb or something. Like there's a lot of pretty nice houses that wouldn't be too expensive just for a night, I'm sure. It's there.
Stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome.
You want to end on a high?
Yeah.
That's an exciting one to end on. All right, guys. Don't forget, spice comments. Leave your thumbs up on the ones that you like. Leave yours and get involved with it. Give it a thumbs up on the video. Share it. Tell all your friends, your family, your kids, your colleagues, everyone. Everyone loves Pokemon. Just share it. Let's talk about Slabbed.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace.